is. He knows it's going to be hard. But Vitality are a good team.
Yeah, and being a former player myself, sometimes, especially those IGLs, sometimes it's a lot easier. You get a better situations when you are able to build a team around you in a sense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Full of players that's hungry and want to work and want to grind, right? They got that new flame, that
100%.
new feel, rather than sometimes, you know, playing with some veterans. Because like it is, you can kind of have those clashes.
You can get into a habit, isn't it? It's just bad habits playing with the same players over and over again. But this Vitality team, they're new, they're fresh. Let's see what they do.
All right, folks, it's Luminosity versus Vitality. Map number 1, Hardpoint. Kicking this one off with the one and only John. Locking down mid-center. And he's going to end up pre-firing that corner, but he's going to fall on this one. Still, just small engagement so far, but we're going to see a lot of these gunfights won by Vitality. Tommy picking up a double to get control of mid-map. And now let's see what Vitality want to do. But, Ton, tell me a little bit, especially for the viewers at home, because Tommy's playing with some players that you may not know of, you know? Can you, shed a little light on Denza Maple or Chain?
Well, Denza's been in and around this year, and he's always been sort of teetering on the edge of getting pro in Europe. He's always been one of these players who's done fairly well online, and he always seems to perform fairly decently when it comes to events. Maple and Chain are pretty new to the scene. You know, they've come in here, and they've just really started making noise in the national circuit, and, you know, Vitality they were lucky to actually qualify for the LCQ in the end, but they managed to get there. They made some noise, and these guys, you know, they're full of that fire. You know what I'm talking about, where you're that young player coming into it. There's no pressure on them here. That's the thing. They're going to come into this nice and relaxed, see what can happen. Yes, okay, they won their other game in the group. They still yet have to play it Echo Fox, of course, but this is easily their hardest game. But for me, they have to go into a relaxed. These players are fiery. They can pull some stuff off. Let's see if they can do it, because we know Tom's going to play well. We know he can do it at this level. If the rest of the guys can keep up with them, this could be a very good game. Yeah,
and you got to think about it like this. Vitality probably looking at their group and saying, hey, LG is going to be our hardest matchup.
100%.
You know, our Echo Fox game is going to have to be a must-win. I believe it's Havoc Esports as well is going to have to be a must-win. So, you know, you look at that. This Luminosity one, this is going to be a good test for the younger players on Vitality. Just because the fact is that this may be one of the games with the most pressure on it that they've played in a long time. So
there is that, I suppose. But as I said, I think going into this, they probably have their expectations.
Yeah.
Tommy seemed a little bit, maybe not that confident. And, well, you can't be confident when JCap's nearly fully streaked out already. That's going to cause some problems. Tommy really needs to make this kill. JCap is snapping right now and very, very close to picking up his second and third tier streaks. Chain really needs to stay alive. Managed to get the kill onto Slacked. JCap still searching for it. And he goes down. That's a big kill. Still has his glide bomb, though. Luminosity still with the lead.
Yeah, if he could have got that kill off the hill, he would have been fully streaked out as well, based off that and the points he would have got for controlling the hill. But Slack's moving in, trying to get some shots, but he's going to get beamed down by Maple, and Maple's going to fall. So LG picking up 3 kills, looking to move in his Doc's warehouse and get some control. But Vitality, they keep bringing the pressure. And you also take note, they're spawning back barrels, so they're already in a good position for that next hill. It just comes down to them making sure that they trade off the time on his Doc's warehouse and get a good rotation over. And they can probably see themselves with a nice sizable lead moving over towards the second rotation. But John and JCap, they out here beaming.
Yeah, they're playing very, very well here, our Luminosity. And here comes the streaks. They're going to try and get Denza out. They do, but he's going to take down Formal. Tommy then going down himself. But for me, I think, you know, you look at it on the outset, Luminosity are really outslaying here, actually. And it's rough to see Maple and Chain having a poor game so far. Denza and Tommy are keeping up. But John's having a good game, JCap is having a phenomenal game, and the rest of the guys are keeping up as well. So if they can keep doing this, Luminosity should walk away with this fairly easily, and we need to see more from Vitality. They've come out a little bit slow for me.
All right, let's see if Vitality can kind of pick it up. You know, so far in this Doc's warehouse, they're picking up they were getting a few points, but Luminosity is getting that back spawn. They're looking to get control
Cap is
well.
frying.
And you know, you just see JCap, he's sitting at 18-7, folks. Almost is fully streaked out as well, and John's starting to heat up. And that's the one player. If JCap's already frying like this, and John, he's at 15-12. He's definitely getting the interactions in, doing his job. It's just that Luminosity looking to rack up the score. The rest of the scrap time will go in their favor. Vitality gonna see if they can get a good hold in on Crane. But you see this lower Doc's. Luminosity has control. They just got to move on over and get into these engagements.
Tommy made a really bold play there, actually ran through the mid-map and tried to get back around behind Docs, and he got caught, unfortunately. Denza's doing all he can here. He seems to be the most prevalent member from Vitality, actually trying to make some moves, but outside of that, it's been a fairly slow performance. Their rotations have been broken pretty much straight away. 30 points is the only amount that they've got on the board, and I really want to see a little bit more. There's plenty of COD to be played yet, but Vitality for me,
John with the
a little bit
triple.
slow. Yeah, John is playing.
John with the quad. Just picking up the kills. And he's going to be 300 points away from these streaks. He's going to find a 5th. He's going to find a 6th. He's going to find a 7th.
Good Lord.
John on fire. Can he get the 8th? He cannot, but he does get the glide bomb. Reinforcements come through, but he did a lot of damage, and he got that spawn for his team as well. John doing John-like things.
You know, he's been one of the early mentions for the MVP. I think it's very, very early to be mentioned MVP, but either way, you know, he's had a very good performance so far. I want to see how he does later on in the tournament. I've no doubt Luminosity are going to get there, of course.
MVP of the entire season or just the event?
Just the event, I think.
Okay.
I think that was the mention so far. John has really been standout. His game against Echo Fox yesterday was phenomenal. And I think a lot of people were sort of question marking Luminosity because they really didn't play very well well, they didn't get the playoffs.
Yeah.
In Season 2, they had a very poor showing. They did okay at Anaheim, so let's see how they do here. They're definitely one of my potentials to get very far in this tournament. Right now, they're putting up a statement against Vitality. They play well against Echo Fox. Luminosity looking scary this week.
Yeah, Luminosity is. Like you said, they made that statement 3-0 against Echo Fox yesterday. They just got to bring that same intensity. It's looking like they got off to a great start in this matchup as well. Almost a 100-point lead for them. And now you're going to see the Statue Hill is about to move on toward Main Street. Number 4, number 2, Slack JCap, looking to get in towards back bust and break this setup of Vitality. The pinch is about to come through soon. John's coming in with a wide flank around the map. Vitality's going to be in his hill briefly, but Luminosity, they're being patient, waiting for their guys to get in position.
That's why. Here comes the streaks. John calls that in. It's a pretty easy wipe. Tommy sees the last guy alive, and that's only going to be momentarily. Really, really nice break from Luminosity. They just work around the glide bomb really well played, and they just keep jiggling towards the back. That's what they're doing. You see them in and around the box towards the bus side of this hard point. They just kept jumping in and out, distracting. Streak comes in, very easy break. They keep a hold of it as well, and this is really convincing from them. And for me, we were discussing before this game where we see Vitality lying, and I wanted to see more in this performance to convince me that they can advance from this group, because right now, Luminosity are bodying them.
And it's one thing to just, you know, be hitting all your shots in one of your gunfights, and it looks dominant, right? And you're dominating your opponent. But it's another thing to be hitting your shots, but also, you know, you have perfect awareness of where all your opponents are, and it's just easier. And you can just kind of see, especially with Luminosity, they know exactly where Vitality's coming from. Their communication's on point, and they're just making this look simple. On top of that, they're not missing for the most part, and getting the job done. But we'll see if Vitality can kind of turn this one around. You know, we've seen crazier comebacks before, guys. But, you know, some of these players on Vitality is looking like Maple and Chain. They kind of stepped up a little bit from when this first started, but it's still a lot more they need to do. But, John, you're going to have to stop this guy.
John and JCap are putting on a clinic here. JCap specifically, 33 and 14 from him. JCap tends to be one of these players in that team that doesn't put up huge numbers, you know, especially in hard points. But realistically, if he's frying, then the rest of Luminosity are just going to be cruising here as well. You know what the rest of the guys can do. Collectively, they are currently on a 12 streak between them. Phenomenal stuff from Luminosity. John does go down on the rotation towards barrels, and Denza wins an important gunfight. Now, we need to see Vitality have a full 60 here. We have just seen little scraps of time here and there. Now Formal finds himself with his 2nd and 3rd tier streak as well. This is bad news for Vitality. Here comes the fighter pilot. This should be a wipe, and the rest of Luminosity will come following through.
Now, you know, Luminosity looking to end this one off this barrel hill, but they're going to have to break through first. The question is, Vitality, their setup is going to be good enough. And as I say it, Chain is the last link in the hill, and he will fall. Slack getting his time. Tommy breaks through the front. He's going to have Denzel with him as well. And he's going to be able to take down Slack, but Barrage is going to be at the front door. Going to have to force these players in. They gotta go through it. They can't break around the back. It's being watched by Formal. He's going to take down Chain as well. Actually, I may have spoke too soon. There he go. He's going to take down Chain. Tommy falls as well. Just a few more points needed. Denzel Babel's going to have to try to break through the front. But Formal, he's standing strong.
Formal lines them up, and they can still win it here. Formal finds his 3rd. Give him his 4th, and his 5th gets the 4th. Tommy's there to try and disrupt what LG have been doing all game, which is dominating, and that is going to be it. Luminosity take map number 1 in convincing fashion.
Man, Luminosity coming out and just, you know, continuing from how well that they played yesterday. You know, bringing that same intensity into day 2, and that's what you want to see if you're a Luminosity fan, folks. because they didn't make the Stage 2 playoffs. And, you know, a lot of people was expecting them to get into that mix. But these guys have had, you know, tons of time to practice and work on those mistakes and adjust. And, you know, we saw a lot of adjustments in that map number 1 and yesterday as well.
Yeah, I think the performance against Echo Fox is very prevalent. We've seen how well they play against a Pro League team. They're expected to win this game against Vitality, of course, but still a very, very good performance nonetheless. And for me, this is just more of a mark of a Vitality. I wanted to see where they're at in the search and destroys as well, because that's something that they've always sort of been strong at here. Going up against LG on London Docks Hardpoint was always going to be difficult. I'm looking at Vitality against Echo Fox as my big match of this group. I want to see, because those two teams seem to be who's going to be in and around that second place. Luminosity looking another level from everybody else in this group. Vitality already winning their other game 3-0, so they're looking good for second if they can beat Echo Fox. They still have a lot of Call of Duty to be played against Luminosity here, but I just want to see them maybe take a map, get some confidence, see where they're at against Echo Fox later on in the day. That's their important matchup. Get your guns warm, get some experience under your belt, get yourself feeling
exactly.
good.
Get loose, you know. Come into this matchup, you know, put it all out on the table, but, you know, be comfortable, communicate. You know, don't have that much pressure there, because the one thing is, when you're playing against Luminosity, you're gonna have to go against John, right? John, and we saw in that matchup those 8 kills he got consecutively, and just how accurate this guy is and how aggressive he is, always in your face. So he's gonna bring the pressure. If you put pressure on yourself before this match, on top of what John's about to bring as well, sometimes that can be overwhelming. So you got to go into these games with a cool, calm, and collected. Know your game plan and focus up, worry about your team, and just kind of see your opponents as player 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and he's been such a big player for LG throughout the whole year, haven't they? I mean, there was rumors of roster changes when the whole roster mania happened. I know he definitely would have been a player that a couple of rosters were after, so him staying on LG has been big for them. Yes, okay, they lost Octane, but they've still kept that core of John and Slacked and JCap. As long as they have them, they can then move forward the team, see how it's working. I mean, there's been a couple of rumors here and there of the team not clicking on a personal level, which might be a bit, well, it is a big thing. You need to make sure that you are really developing into a good team coming into the back end of the year. And the guy that's coming is Formal, of course, and could that be the problem? You don't know. You're stepping into a new team who have been together a long time. You're trying to, you know, say your own things about how you think you should be playing it. It's a difficult situation for him to be in, but he seems to be getting there with this team progressively. They seem to just keep getting better and better, and it's the right time of the year to do it. Okay, they had a bad playoffs, but right now at Champs, they're looking solid.
They are looking solid. And still to this day, it's always weird for me to see Formal wearing blue.
It's weird.
It is, you know. But, you know, he's a champion. And we know that. He is a fantastic player. So seeing some of LG's failures, especially in the Pro League, was surprising to some people. You know, they expected them to do just as good as they did with Octane, if not better. But now, with the proper practice, LG is saying, hey, with the last event of the year in Champs, all right, this is where we're going to do it. You take a look at the group so far, and just to reiterate, you know, the one group, which group kind of stands out to you most, Ton?
I mean, it has to really be A. That's one of the ones that's been a little bit crazy. But D as well is obviously Team Sweden, the 4th seed going into that one, and they're definitely topping the group. I mean, that's just insane. We know that the Enigma 6 Complexity game was on before. That's always going to be a close group. That one's still totally not decided, but a couple of them have been really clear-cut. We've seen Red Reserve look phenomenal. We've seen Luminosity look phenomenal in this group. Rise Nation have looked untouchable as well. Unilad have looked insane, by the way. So there's a lot of big standout performances from these teams, but we need to see them do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Thursday and Wednesday.
We got a lot of big games today. Especially another one that's notable is the Ghost Gaming versus Mind Freak one.
Spicy United is going to be crazy as well.
Vitality, Echo Fox. It's a lot of these second and third best teams that are in these pools that's going to be playing together to decide that last spot on who's going to move on to Nationwide Arena and compete in that champ bracket. But folks, it's map number 2, Luminosity versus Vitality. We're moving on to St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy.
Now, this is where I want to see Vitality start stepping it up. Okay, the hard point is always going to be difficult when you're going up against the likes of John and Corwin. Really, you've not been in team for that long, and you don't have a great deal of experience outside of Tommy in your team. However, going into Search and Destroy, this is where they tend to be pretty good. So if they can do it here, get a map back, you never know what's going to happen. Try and force yourself to get a game 5. You get another S&D. Who knows? Who knows?
About to find out now. You see in this one, Vitality bomb in hand, prioritizing an 8 bomb site, putting themselves in position, Slacked in the power position, top red. Will the bomb go down? They're trying to get him off of it, but the bomb will get planted. Man advantage, Luminosity by 2. Maple finds a kill, but JCap. Oh, Maple finds another one, but JCap on the flame. Gets 1, gets 2. And now he's going to get the defuse as well. You know, if they just kind of turn around one more time, you know, they both...
you know, I really do preach that when you are together in S&D, if there's 2 of you left, try and stay close to each other so you can at least trade kills out, but not that close, if I'm honest. So
I always tell people, like, if you're the guy in the back of the pack, right, if you're wolf packing, you have to know that it's my job to look in a direction that the rest of my teammates are not, which is usually your flank, you know? So you see your teammate going one direction, make sure you're covering his back. No point of you guys looking there. But that's just, you know, that comes with synergy, right? It comes with time, and the synergy comes with time. And, you know, these guys, hey, this is a new squad. They get to that point.
Yeah, and I'll speak about the defense of the bomb when they put it down at a Vitality after this round, but it just seemed a little bit sloppy in places. But LG are going to get it down here a bit. John putting that cover and fire down. He might be in trouble, but Slack is covering. Gets wallbanged crazily by Denza. And now here's an opportunity for Vitality to get back into this game.
Chain. He's going to wrap around. Can't get the last bullet in on JCap, but they do get the trade, and Denza comes through, and he gets some help as well.
3 kills for Denza. That really big round for him, and that was a fantastic retake. They did what Luminosity did to them. It seemed as if Luminosity had it really well locked down there. They seemed to have everything covered, and especially on this bomb site, well, you've got 3 different directions to watch. But on air previously, when we seen Vitality get it down, it didn't seem like they all sort of knew where to look. It seemed as if a couple of the kills that we seen LG got were in the back, in the backs of players. Even when we're 4v4 and there's only 3 entrances, you would expect teams to be making sure they're watching the right way. So I seen a sloppy round 1 from Vitality, but a really good round number 2.
Yeah, you know, Denza's going to have bomb in hand, and he's going to start moving towards his B bomb site. So in the first round, we saw Vitality prioritize the A bomb site, but he's going to push in on this one. Kills being traded off. Back and forth, 2v2 situation now. Maple, he gets some bullets in up top, but can he finish off the kill? Tommy, he's just going to reposition himself. Actually going to stay towards the bomb site. He's going to see Slack, get some pre-fire in, trying to get those shots, but Slack finishes him off with that wall bang. And Luminosity goes up 2-1.
It's a really, really hard shot for Tommy to make there, but in the end, Slack is probably always going to win that one. A couple of clean bullets in was all it really took, and got a couple through the wall as well. But yeah, nice stuff from Slack there, and I just feel like Chain sort of went in. It didn't really have members of his team close enough. They traded them out, but it was just a little bit late to give Luminosity to get the time to come from top side there. And it was really, really difficult for Vitality to trade it out from there. But John, sniping on attack here. Okay, so that makes me think that he's going to go in middle building, of course. So I'll be interested to see anybody on Vitality snipe, because you really don't want to have to go up against John.
Oh, that's a nice.
Oh yeah, it's a cheeky spot that a lot of people tend to use. Denza, be very, very careful.
Now, John, he knew that somebody may go in there, but he's going to start watching towards his main street. He's going to cover it so that Slack can push through. And he's telling Slack, just kind of back up, I have your angle, but Slack's going to fall. Now John with snipe in hand, looking to try to even the odds and make a play. That bomb is going to be at the A site currently. Luminosity looking for that next play. And then, yeah, John, he's going to go peek that top window. He's actually able to pick up that PPSH. He may be able to take down Chain.
He's loud, though. He's very loud, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to get that kill on the Chain. I really don't like that Vitality had nobody up top there. It seems as if it's a real power position that you can watch over here. Tommy is eventually there and takes down John. Formal's in trouble here, though. Yeah, really good peek by Denza. He's going to see JCap as well, who does have a glide bomb to his name. We know Denza was working on some stuff a couple of rounds ago. Be interesting to see if he still has that ability. But 2-2 now. A really good defensive round for Vitality in the end. But there's just a couple of little sloppy moments that I would like to see them pick up on. If they could have been 3-1 up here. They could have been 4-0 up here. You know, little moments here and there that seems like the Luminosity are always going to punish you for.
Yeah, they will. You know, these guys are all veteran players. You give them an inch, most likely they'll take a mile. So, you know, when you get into those power positions, when you get into those leads, you got to try to just hold on to them. And also, when Luminosity gives you an opening, you got to make the most of it. Denza's going to get bombed, and now transitioning towards the B bomb site. It looks like Vitality's going to try to push through quick. They didn't have success last time, but the nades do come out. JCap's already in the site, and he's going to actually be able to pick up a few kills. Formal gets 2, and now 4v1 situation. But why did JCap make it to that bomb site so much faster? than the Vitality players.
Well, it's happening a lot. It happened in the second round as well, where Chain just pushed in and got killed straight away by JCap in that same position. So they know they're being beat by JCap there. So they need to make sure that they're going to be preeminent. That's the second time JCap's done that in only 5 rounds. So
maybe it's getting a stun out a little bit earlier, or
he might not be throwing anything like JCap. Oh, okay. Sorry, I know.
On the Vitality side of them, just getting an earlier stun out or something, just to get some intel on that guy, because it just seems like Denza, as he's running through that bomb site, he's just not, kind of, paying attention towards the right-hand side. But going to be on board with Luminosity for this one. Prioritizing B-bomb site. We'll see what they want to do this time. Formal's going to be top window. Looking. Denza's going to end up making it towards top red, and Formal's going to spot him. The question is, did Denza spot Formal? Yeah. I think he knows that even if he doesn't see him, that most likely, you do your homework, you know that maybe John's going to be sniping around that direction. So any opening, you just have to be cautious when you're crossing it.
Slactico looking towards B, and here comes the streak, and that may catch one at Barn. It doesn't, but John catches Tommy with some bullets. That grenade on top is going to give them cover to get in. Slacta will get this down fairly easily. Let's see, Chain, you need to win that gunfight. Formal takes him down. The grenades don't do enough. Denza does take down Formal, though, and that's an important gunfight for him to win from up top. Maple needs to win this one. It's never going to be easy against John in that scenario. If Denza goes down, really good stuff from Luminosity. Fantastic hold. 4-2 up.
Luminosity making these last few rounds look easy. Getting the job done. We'll see what they want to do in their next offensive round. What do you think that Vitality kind of got to change in this one to, they've had a few good rounds, but what do you think needs to be adjusted?
I think they're doing the same thing on attack when they go over towards B. It doesn't seem to be
especially over the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, they're not switching anything up yet. They're doing the same thing. We need to see a little bit of variety here from Vitality, which I mean, I'll be honest, you stick to your guns, you stick to what you're good at, but sometimes you need to adapt, and their situationals haven't been sensational yet.
And the thing is, sometimes you'll make these pushes and it's just one smoke, maybe off, or just a small adjustment that needs to be made. So if you're able to pinpoint what happened around before, it's okay to kind of run those strats back to back, because, you're adjusting it as we move along. And you see in this one, they're going to say, hey, you know what? The B site isn't working. Let's hit the A site hard. We learned from our mistakes on round 1 when we attempted to do this. And you see, it was a little bit better round for these guys. It was a way better round. They won it.
I mean, as soon as they get that grenade onto Formal, they open up the bomb site completely, lock it down, and just win the gunfights from there. It was a really good round from Vitality. Actually, a little bit sloppy from Luminosity. We've seen them sort of run in one by one a little bit there and get caught out. So Vitality's still very much in this game. I just feel like it could be better for them. I feel like the round scores could definitely be in their favor. There's been a couple of occasions where they've made some silly mistakes. Well, I don't want to say silly mistakes, but they just seem to be repeating what they're doing, as said, and it's not working out too much for them. And they have to be careful of John, of course, with their snipe as well. But let's see if they can continue to adapt. They adapted well in that last round, Vitality. If they keep doing that, they could definitely have a chance in this S&D.
This is just having perfect timing, because every round that John goes, look at those stairs. There he goes. He's going to catch him that time. I was going to say Denza doesn't go up right away. He just kind of prones down low. So, John trying to take out Tommy. So we're going to have Luminosity, 4v3 situation. 54 seconds left on the clock. The bomb's going to start to get rotated towards the A site.
They've got complete control of the middle of the map here. This is going to be very difficult. They're going to have to slay out here. Vitality. Tommy does find Formal. They need to take John down. He's in such a power position. The thing is, right, okay, John's not in a great position for himself and not dying, but where he is causing so many problems. Slacked is in an advanced position. This should be an easy kill on the Maple. Gets it. Bombs down 3v2. It's going to be so difficult for Vitality to get this one back, especially if John gets up here with the sniper, and it's just going to be so hard to cross Main Street.
All right, so at this point, John, he's going to see Tommy, and he's going to catch him. He's going to see Chain. He just saw him right there. Nade comes out. He's going to reposition himself. Most importantly, they have the intel, and Slack has the cross. Going to pick up that last kill. Luminosity is going to go to match point.
Looking good from Luminosity. Very clean and clear, to be honest with you. I think when they get so aggressive in the map, that's the ideal place to watch A-bomb from. And they already know that they have the A-bomb site because they can push up. Luminosity, they push up further towards Barn. They then get control of middle. There is no way for Vitality to do anything unless they flank. Really good stuff from Luminosity, looking good in this matchup. 5-3 now, 1 round away from going 2-0 up.
Yeah, Luminosity trying to make this one look simple, folks. And on board with Vitality, they had success with this A-bomb site. in their previous offensive round, so they're going to see if they can do it again. Formal's going to reposition himself this time, though, and the smokes come out. We'll see how quick the bomb can get planted down. Tommy had an engagement. He's going to fall. Chain's going to fall as well. So now a 4v2 situation. Vitality's going to see if they can pick up a few kills, and Denza gets one. He has bomb. He's, oh, yeah.
It's away.
Just unfortunate. He missed that doorway off the first dive. But now Maple may get shot at his back. Did not see the guy in barn.
Very loud and Formal waits for the rest of the team to come through. Doesn't need them. Luminosity. 6-3. A convincing win on the Search and Destroy. As convincing as the first map as well. They find themselves well and truly in the driving seat here, Guy.
Yep. Luminosity up 2-0 in this series. Controlling it well. And now Vitality, you know, the rest of the maps, they're just going to have to, you know, just get comfortable and just, you know, just play hard, shoot straight. You know?
It's one of them things where they clearly know at this point where they are pretty far behind.
Yeah.
It's not one of those cases where you think you're going up against a pro team, you're like, okay, we can maybe take something here. It's realistically, they know what position they're in now. They need a sweep against Luminosity. Not going to happen for me. It's going to be very difficult, but let's see what they can do.
Hopefully, after those first two maps, the pressure is off their shoulders, and they can just play hard for the rest of the series, and we'll see if they can make this comeback. But, folks, we're about to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have map number 3, CTF. to the Call of Duty World League Championship. It's Luminosity versus Vitality, and Luminosity is leading the series currently 2-0. I'm Blaze, joined with Ton. If you're just joining us, the first two maps completely dominant by Luminosity. We'll see if this young Vitality roster can come through and make a statement and try to steal the CTF on London docks. Ton, you ready?
Yeah, I am. I don't know if Vitality are, though. That seems to be the problem. I don't want to bash them too much. They are going up against a very, very strong Luminosity squad. I don't know if I maybe expected a little bit more out of Vitality. That was the only thing, but realistically...
You were very excited for this match coming into it, you know, and you were very excited for it coming in. It seems like your gas is kind of ran. I know you're excited for the Echo Fox versus Vitality later on in the day, but
my EU bias is slowly draining away from me.
You know, big shout out to our observer, Fike, always catching the plays. Nothing but love to that guy. All right. If he misses something or you mad about his observer, you know where to find him, folks. Okay. All right. But Fike does a great job. Besides missing snipes on USS Texas.
All the goddamn time.
I'm gonna have to troll him. I'm gonna have to just troll him every time his day because of the screen. No, but Fike, we love him. No, but in this one, you're gonna see the early start. You know, both teams trading off back and forth. Vitality not allowing Luminosity to have anything crazy, but they're trying to get this flag return. Oh, nice plays there by Tommy. He needs to get in, so they will be able to return that flag back home. So great stance by Vitality and getting that one back to base. And they're going to try to stay aggressive and make the most of this opportunity. And we talked about that before, right? With this Luminosity roster, if they give you an opportunity, you better take it when you can.
This is one of them. Tommy is going to be able to pull that one up, but the flag has actually been pulled by John as well, who has got it all to do. Here, turns around, gets the shots into Maple. He's going to have some backup in a second as well, but John is going to go down. They force the flag down that side, giving him more bodies.
Tommy, that was great because Tommy got the kills, he got the flag, he got the return, and he's about to get the cap, and now he's fully streaked out. We'll see what the vet can do with all his streaks. See if he can get Vitality off to a nice early sizable lead in this one.
Now, the thing is here, they're on what you would call the least preferred side. If Vitality were on the other side here, I would love the fact that they have streaks because they can start things rolling a lot on this side. Gonna have to call the streaks in defensively, though, in the end, and is gonna be able to get Jake.
That was great timing by Tommy, too, as well.
Just about gonna be able to get away with this one. I think Slack should be dead in a second as well. Denzel looking for the kill, gets it, so Vitality get out, but they had to use a streak to do so. Just try and keep Luminosity from being able to stack these flags, though. They do not want to give them an opportunity to start rallying flags, or they will be in trouble themselves. They need to try and keep that lead going in the second half. If you can keep the streaks as well, that would be sensational. But right now, 1-0 lead. Good start by them. I liked what they did at the beginning there, actually. They just, as soon as they knew that flag was being fought for, they just threw everybody through the front door barrels and just really went for it and trying to force the issue, just winning the gunfights, using the numbers. It worked out for them. They find themselves with the lead, and a pretty good start from them in the CTF.
I'm curious to see, especially with Tommy, because, you know, having all those streaks is going to be good early on. But the question is he going to use them more defensively or offensively? Exactly. And I guess it's going to have to depend on the situation because, you know, at some point, just by this Luminosity roster and the players that are on it, that at some point they're going to start streaking, right? They're going to start getting hot. John's going to start firing off. So, you know, once it is, use those streaks and say, all right, let me just use it from a defensive standpoint like he's doing now, you know? Flag's going to be poured out. He's going to try to hold them back towards the base, get his players in position. They're going to be counter-pulling off the other end of the map as well. Maple gets a big double. That's going to be a return. This flag's going to be coming through tunnel, and Vitality is about to put another one in.
High risk.
John can get there in time. No, he would not be able to.
High risk, high reward in that situation, though. Tommy gets another 2, and John's once again left on his own. I love what they did, though. Tommy's like calling it all the streaks, and I'm like, geez, you're not really getting much for this defense. But then we see the flag being ran by Chain all the way through. Fantastic stuff from Vitality, taking risks where they need to. And this is what I want to see from them. Maybe taking a couple of risks, trying something different. They do that, they find themselves with a 2-0 lead. Both flags currently out as well, and looking like we're going to see a stalemate, which really, really works out for Vitality.
All right, so Slack, he's looking to try to break through. That flag's going to be back towards the base. And this works out, too, for Vitality, because even if this round ends without Luminosity getting any flags on the board, that's a good position. But it seems like just off this first half currently, that Vitality, a little bit of that pressure is off their shoulders off the first two maps. It's like, all right, you know, it's just 2-0. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, relax, have fun, and just play your gameplay. So looking a lot better in this one. Now Tommy
Why is he challenging that? I know there's somebody there to clean up, but you're quite close to streaks there, Tommy. The flag's going to be returned as well, so that's going to be 3-0. But imagine if that's Tommy putting that in. That's full streaks again that he would have had, or very, very close to it at least. Chain pulling the flag here once again, and Vitality having real good fun here on London Docks CTF. They just keep pulling flags, and Luminosity don't seem to be tracking back enough. They're not taking it as seriously, I think, after these first 2 maps. They may be to be very aggressive, trying to get flags themselves, and they're not wrapping back and clearing out their base.
When you're in a position like Tommy, when you're like that veteran on a team and your teammates look at you sometimes to make that play, even if you do kind of have that flag, sometimes you got to trust your teammates that they're going to be there for you and not always try to take that lead. But you're going to see that's Chain. He's going to be 25 points away from being fully streaked out. And he's still going to be in a good position of Vitality 4-0 on his London Docks CTF so far.
And this is more what I like. What I thought I was going to see from Vitality, you know, having moments where they can really start getting into games here. This is not done at all. Against a team like Luminosity on London Docks CTF, 4-0 is not clean cut and over. Vitality still have to make sure they concentrate here. In terms of the slaying department, it's much the same. Vitality maybe just slightly, but they just made the right moments. They defend. Once they got that first flag, they defended so well, and they always have one guy running around for the flag. Typically, it was Chain. He's found himself with 2. So he's running around. Luminosity are not wrapping back enough for me. They need to be making sure they're clearing their base out, because every single time Vitality did sneak through, they were getting flags, but that is 4 down. Luminosity should be able to get this one fairly cleanly. Yeah, we are going to see Vitality spawn all the way at the back. That's going to be 4-1.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be able to come through and get this one, but the glide bomb does work out, slows the player down a little bit. But the question is, do they have any more streaks to use? And I don't think so.
I don't really agree with the use of that streak. They all spawn at the back. Even if they get the kill, which they do, they're not going to be able to return it.
Also, the one smart thing is that Luminosity didn't push too far in their spawn, because you saw Vitality, they didn't spawn up right away. They watched all those death cams, trying to hope that Luminosity got over-aggressive and they spawned a little bit out, you know, maybe towards that train side or something. But, ooh, Tommy with the eagle. And takes out John.
And again, Vitality are getting like a kill and pulling the flag, and Luminosity really don't know how to deal with it. It's causing them a lot of problems here, and that's going to be 5-1. And this map is looking good for Vitality. I think Echo Fox will be looking at this like, oh goddamn, we need to ban London Docks later, because Vitality are really giving Luminosity the hands here. This is really good stuff from them, albeit the the kill feed is relatively, you know, balanced here. You know, we tend to see Luminosity picking up a lot of kills, but they're not really turning it into anything here. But Vitality just need 1 kill, and suddenly they're running for the flag and pulling it and saying, right, screw it, what are you going to do? And just try and work with it. They are going to get that flag away. There is going to be an opportunity for Vitality to return this, but I really like the way they're playing.
In this situation, it works out watching those death cams. So they do spawn out a little bit, so they are able to get into a better position to kind of rotate down towards that flag. And they're going to pull it out, actually rotate around, try to juke him a little bit, but Formo's there for it. And he picks up that kill. Luminosity gets another flag on the board. And I got to say, I do love Tommy keeping that barrage in his back pocket. There's been plenty of times so far in which he could have used it, but he's like, all right, let's just play our game. And if Luminosity does manage to pull 4 more flags and get down towards the last, in the last few remaining seconds of this game, at least he has that barrage to try to end this one before they actually do come back and tie this up.
The thing is here, though, they're getting pushed back in. And what I didn't like on the last flag, they really got aggressive to try and defend it. And it's like, it's 5-2. They got so aggressive to try and get that one back that then they lost all sort of control they had over the map, and now find themselves in this position where they're trying to defend the flag here. Maple's going to go down. Formal is going to have to do well to get rid of Chain. Is going to go down, but is that flag going to be returned by JCap? Yes, it is. That's going to be 5-3 now. Luminosity in touching distance. And for me, that's all because Vitality got far too aggressive. They overextended to try and get a flag cap themselves, or just a return, and found themselves in a bad situation. But I love what Tommy's doing here. Number 5 on your mini-map. Just take his time. He's now going to be spotted, though, and he is pretty much all alone to try and capture this flag back. Not going to happen. 5-4. Luminosity are rolling here.
That's why I said now it's good that he had that barrage in his back. That good he didn't have that barrage in his back pocket, but he might have used it. But in this one, we're going to see John push through. Oh, John almost winning that gunfight, so John has 2 streaks to use. All right. Now, Vitality. the one thing is that they want to switch it up, but the question is that you don't want to turtle too much in this situation,
no,
right?
Absolutely not.
You don't want to group up. You still want to be able to push out and keep that same aggression that you had, building up that 5-1 lead. But now Luminosity, they have the confidence, okay? They're getting into their flow for this map, and they believe that they can win this one.
Oh, here we go. The streaks coming in from John is going to cause a little bit of problem there. Maple should be okay. Tommy will survive in fire. He's going to go down after taking John down himself, though. Vitality with a little bit of breathing room here. They're able to push out, but we need to see more kills in the middle of the map from them because they're going to keep getting pushed in. Denza does eventually make that one at the formal. Move yourself out here, Denza. He needs help from the rest of his team, albeit, so now they're going to push out. That Chain has control of barrels, but they need to make these kills, right? That's an important kill. They can move forward. Now they can maybe get this kill into John, possibly. Tommy should be able to clean it up. Does so. Now they can get some control in mid-map. I don't want to see Tommy walk backwards. Move forward. Get some mid-map control here because you've only got a 1 flag lead. 50 seconds to go. And when you keep giving up control, Luminosity are running free flags.
And you see Denza, he's going to be getting super aggressive, trying to stay alive. He actually may get this flank on Formal, but he was waiting for him. And so that's going to be 2 members down on Vitality. 35 seconds left in this one. They just got to hold off this final push by Luminosity. But Formal, he's going to find one. John finds another. They're looking to move in soon. The barrage is still in John's back pocket. Chain's going to fall. Is looking grim for Vitality. The flag is pulled out. 17 seconds left. But Tommy and Maple, they can make the play. J-Cap is going to back up. Tommy hops out. He actually does get the kill. This is going to be big. Trying to pull the flag out. He hops out. Is it going to get scored? Yes, it does. With 4 seconds left on the clock. The return couldn't come through. And, folks, we're going to extra time.
It's going to be so disappointing for Vitality. But I don't feel like they turtled, but just a couple of decisions. Like, it really all stems back to the point where they were 5-1 up, and they really went chasing for a flag that they shouldn't have. They really, really overextended for it. And from that point, they didn't have any map control, and Luminosity just kept rolling flags, kept pulling them out. They had the control mid-map because they'd overextended, and Vitality, when they push forward and give up all of that pressure, because they lose the gunfights in this in Luminosity's spot, it makes things so hard to get it back, and Luminosity just capitalize on it time and time again.
Also at this level of competition too as well, even when you get big sizable leads, that does not give you right to take your foot off that gas at all, okay? At this level, like it is, you give Luminosity an inch, they're going to take a mile, and that's what they did, tying this one up. That was a lesson towards Vitality, but we'll see if they can close this one out. That's why, especially when you see these top teams and they're pulling these flags out, they will run the score up to 15-1 if they need to, just for the fact that if they're going to beat you, they're just going to destroy you.
John doing right to stay alive there. It does very well, actually, and the flag has been pulled by Denza, though, but here comes this artillery. I imagine he puts it in around Main Street. Chain, if he made that second kill, it'll be huge. That's massive. He takes him down. John is going to get the kill with the artillery, but if they can clean up these kills in mid-map, Chain's on a 3 streak, goes down. Are they going to get that flag out towards Bus? They are. That flag may well go in if J-Cap goes down and fire. Good stuff from Vitality. They're going to go up in overtime.
56 seconds is going to be on the clock in the second round of overtime. We'll see if Luminosity can respond.
But then they did what they were doing in the first half there. They're mixing it up in the middle of the map, and Chain is all the way around. It might have actually been Maple who got that flag in the end, but he's all the way around thinking about pulling to get 1 kill. Suddenly they're pulling it, and then Luminosity saying, oh crap, like what's going on? Where are we going with this? And then they get the second couple of kills, which are the important ones, and make things so difficult for Luminosity. But now Vitality are being put up against the wall here, and that flag is good. That's such an important kill by Chain to take down J-Cap. That one might have been gone. Slacked is going to have another bite at it, though, and we do have Tommy in a pretty good position, but he needs to survive.
Yeah, he wasn't able to climb up that ladder.
It's only Tommy.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
He can't do it. He
Does
can't
it get in? Does it get in? Yes, it does. Luminosity responds with the back-to-back flag caps, folks, and in this game. And that's why I said you give them an inch, they take a mile from you, man. It's as simple as that. You gotta, you can't take your foot off that gas, folks.